Life isn't happening to you, it's happening in front of you. And the only real thing is how you react to it. Everything else is subjective. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about how social media, your upbringing, religion, your friends, how all of these things shape you, and how it's up to you to decide if the shape that you're in is the shape that you want to be. I suppose both physically, mentally, and emotionally. So what happens out there doesn't define you. So what happens out in the world and all around you, that's not what defines you. What defines you is how you react and respond to what's happening around you. When you're someone who has a victim mindset, then everything that happens just to you. You are always having unlucky outcomes. You'll actually, in my experience, people are so, with victim mindsets, are so focused on the negative that they actually attract more of it to them. They're going to a situation, and the situation, the easiest example I can think of is when I used to train door staff to do control and restraint. And sometimes I'd have to go in and talk to them and just see how they get on a night, just an actual working night. So then we could see what way they work as a team and how they could actually work better as a team and how they could implement the partner control and restraint during an actual live. It was better than just training in the bar when it was empty. So I got to witness it and then I could debrief them the next training session. And there was always door staff that got in altercations all the time. And when you got chatting to them, they would be the people that arrived to work on, oh, I just know it's going to be a bad day today. And they'd be talking to someone that arrived to work just excited for the night because they enjoyed their job. And they're like, this is going to be, I love working here. It's great. I get to meet loads of people and interact with people I would never interact with. And see old mates and sometimes old school friends up here that you haven't seen in 20 years. So one person's ready for a great night and one person's ready for a shit night. And the shit night person always had a shit night. The great night person always had a pretty good night, but always had to help out the shit night person. That's why they were the ones that I always advised to let go. Fire, I suppose. I was trying to be polite there, but just get rid of them. They're fucking not helpful. So if you are someone that is a victim mindset, you'll think the world's happening to you. If you shift that to the world's happening and how you are reacting is creating the outcome, then you'll be able to change the trajectory of your life and become a more positive person because you realize, and this isn't a woo-woo statement, this is the more you focus on positive, the more positive things happen. So think of a friend now or a family member that is a negative Nelly and how they always see the negative in situations. And then think about the day that like you go to something and you're really excited about it. You go to a gig or you go to a wedding or you go to an outing or an event or you have a meeting at work that you're excited about and how you can, this went well and this went well and this went well. And they objected to this, but we switched it around and then it went well. So you're working through problems with a positive mindset. You're going through daily activities with a positive mindset, so it becomes more positive. But then there's someone in that same environment that's having a terrible time because their focus is on how negative this all could go or how all this is. So I've wrote here, reality is objective. It's filtered through you. So we can be at the exact same event. So if you think about it, your mind reacts like a lens, not like a mirror. Mirror? Mirror. 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 Like a mirror. So it's a lens, not a mirror. So the same event can break somebody and the exact same event can be happening and build the other person up. It's how they react to it. So in the MMA world, I've worked with fighters that after their first loss just disappear. You just never hear or see from them again. They're just gone. And other ones that after their first loss, they come back better, stronger, more focused, more dialed in, more understanding and awareness of how they actually compete, how they fight, and what they can do on that day to improve the next time they go out fighting. So the exact same event happened and the reactions were night and day. So whenever you think about the last time like you lost a job or you had a breakup or something like that, did you escalate the negativity of it, or did you look for the positive? So every time something in my life doesn't go the way I would like it to, I look at it and I ask myself 3 questions. How could this have went worse? How could this have went better? And then what can I use and learn and use in the future moving forward? So those 3 questions are what keep me from being a reactive person in the environment. So the role of belief, religion, philosophy, frameworks, martial arts. We've talked about this before. I did one art and met other people from other arts, and their art was better than mine and my art was better than theirs, because that's what we believed and that's the box that we put ourselves into. So you'll notice that this week's really about labeling, boxes, labeling, and restricting yourself. We don't want to be restrictive. We want to be free. Even ask yourself, which would you rather be? And you'll definitely be free. You'll want to be free. So then these techniques will help you to get there. So if we use religion as the example, religion is powerful, but it's powerful. It gives people structure, values, and community. If you just take that aspect of the religion, then it's an amazing tool for humans to have. But it also brings about it hate, anger, frustration, doubt, guilt. Whenever we start to implement all those, and unfortunately that becomes more prevalent in society, when we focus on those and we take away from the community and we take away from the values and just basically being better people, then you end up with all these negative traits, like I don't like you because you're from that religion. That's fucking madness when you think about it. Like, another example is football. People love football, but if I'm wearing a football jersey and you're wearing a football jersey and we're walking towards each other, the jerseys match, then it's like that fucking game snap. We're like, yeah, we're the greatest. We love this team. If we happen to be, it don't even have to be immediate rivals. It doesn't have to be like Manchester United and Manchester City, same town rivals. It could be fucking level 1 and level 30, but we still eyeball and we're like, you guys suck. We're the greatest football kicker men that ever existed, and yous are the worstest. Like, it's just fucking, it's madness. And the same with the martial arts. I would come along with my Nam Yang top on, and you'd come along with a Wing Chun top on, and we'd eyeball each other. And very disappointingly, I always thought it'd be like a movie. We'd eyeball each other, and then we'd strike poses, and then we would like have a wee fight, and then we'd move on. But we didn't do that. We just looked at each other like, you've made such a mistake studying that art when you could be studying this art, which will make you amazing. So there's, I don't know, we rant there, tirade we might even call it. There's loads of positives and negatives in both of these situations. So if you lock yourself into one and you're not open-minded and you're not free, then you're going to trap yourself in it. So if you think about it, all of these things that guide us, if you take the real depth in them, then you're working on self-mastery. So the idea isn't to try to control the world around you and try to not let these negative things happen and only be positive. That's never going to happen. But you can develop self-mastery. So Stoicism, Buddhism, Christianity, everything is about self-mastery. So if you can develop self-mastery, then when life does hit you, whenever something does happen out of the ordinary, which is inevitable, it's going to happen, you're able to pause and think about how to respond to this in a grounded, more present, self-aware way than just blowing off the lid. I suppose the lid has a handle, so technically correct. So this is the practical exercise that I would like you to try this week. So it's the meaning audit. You want to reclaim control over your reactions by questioning the meanings you've assigned to your life's biggest events. There's going to be things in your life where you look back and you still think they were good, they were bad. You've assigned them meaning and you've trapped them in that wee bubble. So say if we use a breakup as an example, when you go through a breakup, say 5 years ago, all the knowledge, the understanding that you have 5 years ago is not the same as now. So maybe when you take this knowledge, understanding, and you bring it back to 5 years ago, you can go, oh, that was good that happened because of this, this, and this. How I reacted wasn't great because of this, this, and this, and I would like to react differently the next time. So I will practice that. So write down 3 moments in your life that you still label as bad. So we're going to focus on the bad ones because we can change these and then we cannot redo this in the future if things happen again. And then for each one, ask yourself, is there another way I could view this? You can go with my 3 questions if you want, but I just thought it would be easier to do this one. Is there another way that I could view this? And then choose one to rewrite. So don't pretend it didn't hurt, or actually now when I think about it, I didn't actually care. You fucking did care at the time. That's why you still remember now when you think back about it. So just reclaim the lesson. So think about it. How could you look at it differently? And then I like to play it through in my head with this new knowledge and understanding that I have from time that's passed. I like to replay it, and then I visualize a new version of me reacting the way that I would have liked to react. So it's an old hypnotherapy tool. I'm not trying to change what happened. I'm just trying to change my memory of it and how I respond to it. So just pick one, do the meaning audit, and then let me know once again how you get on with that. And in general, just start to try to think about self-mastery. And if you can stop labeling everything, stop putting everything in little boxes, and just realize that none of it's real. Like, this can all change. It's the lens that you're seeing things through. And the person beside you is seeing through a different lens, so their experience of the same situation is completely different. Like, you've been to a party and your friend talks about the party and you talk about it, 2 different parties. So think about the fact that it's not the world that you're trying to control yourself. And whenever you control yourself, self-mastery, everything else becomes much easier. So just remember it again there. PDF, free PDF I still have for download. Just reach out to me, ask for the PDF. It's 7 days where you do a wee exercise every single day to just change the way that you see the world, change the way you see yourself, and to actually kickstart you on the warrior's path. So until the next time, have a super awesome day, whatever you get up to, and I'll speak to you again soon.